What's up, YouTube? It's your boy Khaled, aka Bearish Bully, aka the Brown Bilzerian. Not gonna lie, I do kind of like that. I mean, hopefully my pockets can get as deep as Dan's, but for now we'll just stick with the beard. Anyways, sorry that it took such a long time for me to put out this video, but to be honest, it was so much information with all the different trading platforms that the last video I made actually ended up being over an hour long, and that's just too much information. So in this one, I've kept it really condensed. I'll still give you guys a breakdown. I mean, there's about 15 different trading platforms. What I'll do is I'm gonna put in the description box below a link to all the different reviews for these platforms, and you can check them out yourself to see which one probably best fits what you wanna do, how you wanna trade. All right, so let's get into that. The first one we are going to talk about today is Wealthsimple. Now, Wealthsimple gives you a minimum balance of $0 to start, which is great. Zero commission fees, which is great. Now, just because you're saving money doesn't necessarily mean it's helping you out, because these cost cuts, you actually end up having a 15-minute delay with Wealthsimple. So 15 minutes is huge. I mean, 15 seconds can be the difference between a red trade or a green trade. 15 minutes can be the difference between an account exploding and an account not exploding. So I'd be very cautious with that one, but let's talk about some more things Wealthsimple does offer you. All trades are settled in Canadian dollars. If you're trading US stocks, you're going to have to pay a 1.5% conversion fee. Doesn't matter what the going rate is. That's what you pay with Wealthsimple. Now, there are no pre-market or after hours trading. There is no options trading. You're only allowed to trade stocks valued at 50 cents per share and has a daily volume of at least 50,000 shares traded. Now, to be honest, that's not a bad thing, especially for newbies. That may come as a safeguard for you, because a lot of times if a stock or if prices for shares are going to be less than $1, and if the trading volume is going to be that low, it's probably better for you to stay away from it, especially if you're new. So that might be a good thing. Not recommended for day trades. It actually says it on their site. So your account can get flagged and possibly removed from their platform if you do day trade it. If you're making a lot of trades, you can get flagged for that. So I wouldn't recommend Wealthsimple for anybody that's looking to do day trades. If you're looking for long-term investing or like swing trades, then it might be okay for you. All right, so take that into consideration. All right, so now the next stock we're going to talk about is Qtrade. Now, with Qtrade, you have a $0 minimum to open, but a $1,000 minimum to trade. So it's kind of irrelevant. If you're going to be opening an account, you're probably going to open it so you can trade. So basically, the bottom line is it's a $1,000 minimum to open an account and trade with Qtrade. All right, now their fees for trading are $4.95 to $9.95. Basically, that means it's like a penny per share. All right, but if you're trading at like 100 shares, then obviously a penny is only going to be $1. So their minimum is going to be $4.95. But if you're trading like 100,000 shares or 1,000,000 shares, the max it's going to cost you is $9.95. So it kind of does balance out. It's not a bad thing. I'd say their fees are fair. All right. They do have ECN fees, which are $4.95 per month. Now, they do give commission rebates based on your total monthly amounts. All right. They do have different monthly fee packages, and they have desktop platforms and the mobile app. So I like having both. I like having the desktop and the mobile app. Of course, if you're working from home or the office, you could use your computer. If you got to go somewhere, you're at the mall, you want to check things out, you still have the mobile app. So it's definitely a smart choice to go for something that does give you both options. This platform we're going to talk about, which I'm sure everyone has heard of, is Robinhood. Now, with Robinhood, yes, it is a zero minimum. So you can go in there with 25 bucks, with 50 bucks if you want. Whatever you want to start it off with, you can trade with. There's no fees. All right, so you don't have to worry about pretty much anything with them. In terms of fees, at least, and in terms of commissions, and in terms of minimum balances, these guys are straight zero. Now, they have a mobile app and a desktop version, so that's great. You do have both options, which I, of course, always recommend. Now, once again, there's no monthly fees. They do have promotional, like free promotional stocks for newbies. So depending on when you're getting in, there's always gonna be different promotions. These guys offer fractional shares. So if you want to trade something like Tesla, but you can't afford it, or if you want to trade cryptocurrency like Bitcoin, but you don't have $20,000 or $30,000 to invest in it, then you can actually buy fractional shares. That means if you have $500 that you want to invest in Tesla or $500 that you want to invest in Bitcoin, you can do that. And then based on how the market is moving, if Bitcoin goes up 5%, your $500 will increase that fractional percent. So it's a pretty good feature. I kind of like that. I still wouldn't recommend Robinhood to anybody that's got a lot more experience when it comes to trading. You may not feel too comfortable with their platform. There have been delays on Robinhood. And a lot of times the site does crash. So just be careful on that when it comes to Robinhood. All right, now the next one on the list, which to be honest is one I'm considering to open, is Webull. Now, at first, I was a little bit skeptical about Webull because of all the hype, the free offerings that they're always putting out. And to me, something that's offering so much freebies to sign up is usually a bad sign. But after looking at their information, I'm actually considering to open up another account, but this time with Webull. So with Webull, you have zero minimum balance, real-time trading. So now I love the fact that it's real-time. Obviously, anybody would. With TD Ameritrade, which is what I do trade with, which we are going to get to in a minute, it's also real-time. So no delays means probably more savings for you. Like I said before, you do not want to have any kind of delays when it comes to your charting because you can be left in the dust. So back to Webull. 4 a.m. pre-market trading. I've never heard of any other platform that gives you that. Webull gives you 4 a.m. So when the big firms, when the big time traders are in there pre-market moving things around, you can jump in on that. That is huge, huge. You get both a mobile app and the desktop version. Okay, I've always said that. I stick with it. That is the best. You definitely want to have both. Free promotional stocks for newbies, which is something a lot of these different platforms are offering nowadays. So yeah, you could definitely capitalize on that. Now, one thing that's really good is you got beneficiaries. All right, so if something happens to you, God forbid something happens to you, then whatever you have in your account, you can actually add beneficiaries so they get to reap your benefits. Unless your account is about to blow up, then it sucks for them. All right, so now we're getting into the big boys. All right, next on the list is interactive brokers. Now, with interactive brokers, there's zero minimum balance, right? However, when I actually signed up, it said zero minimum balance, but then to actually trade, it requires a minimum balance of 2,000 US. So be careful. They may have some promotions that are stating a zero minimum, and you can put in whatever you want, but just check when you do decide to sign up for it because they may have a different offer at that time. You could trade internationally with interactive brokers. So you don't have to only worry about TSX or consider TSX. You can also trade in the US market, Hang Seng. You could trade internationally all around the world London, you want to trade with, you could trade with. Now they have tiered and fixed pricing on their commissions. So it's either going to be the penny per share, or you can have a fixed rate. Their fixed rate is still considered to be among the cheaper. So take a look at that. It's definitely lower than what you pay for Thinkorswim. Thinkorswim, of course, we're going to get into, but with interactive brokers, so you're looking at about $4 to the $9.95, just depending on the amount of shares that you're buying. Now, with interactive brokers, you do get desktop and mobile app. You do get fractional shares. So once again, if you want to trade something like Bitcoin, you want to trade something like Tesla, you want to trade something like Google, you're going to be able to buy the fractional shares, so you can still afford to buy it. It's not a bad deal. You get the lowest margin rates. Now, a lot of people may not know about what margin is, but basically, if you're trading with, say, $10,000 and you want to buy something that's going to be a little bit out of that budget, you do have the option of using margin call or margin, so which means you're going to get double or even triple the amount of margin or leverage to trade something higher. Now, for Canadians, you're paying 0.5 or 1.5% when it comes down to the margin. So if you borrow $10,000 to trade with, then you're paying a half to 1.5 times in percentage. If you're trading US, it's 0.75 to 1.55% of the margin that you're trading with. So once again, if you're trading with $100, you want to use margin on another 100, then it's just going to be 1%. 0.75% to 1.55% of that. Monthly fees can get costly on a monthly basis if you need to access packages for equities, if you want to access something like level 1 or level 2, if you want to get into options or quotes for NASDAQ, if you need to purchase OTC pink sheet data or for trading true sub-penny stocks, then you're also going to have to pay an extra fee for that. So fees can add up with interactive brokers. So just keep that in mind. Just depends on what it is that you're going to trade or what your trading style is going to be. All right, so we're almost towards the end here. Just a couple more to go. So now we're going to be using my favorite, which is Thinkorswim, TOS, by TD Ameritrade. Now with Thinkorswim, there's a little bit of confusion because they do state it requires a $25,000 minimum for your balance. However, that's only if you're looking to do options trading. Now, with regular trading or trading stocks or buying shares straight, then you need a minimum account balance of 5,000 US. Okay, so it's a little more affordable, but one thing I do say is don't just go for something because it's free. And there's a lot of these free this, free that, zero this, zero that, because you do get what you pay for. Now, with Thinkorswim, anytime that I've had any issues, their customer support is pretty bang on. So you have the customer support that you can speak with directly from the platform on the chat. You can even call them. You can email them. There's always a way to access them, and they have never really given any delays. They will get back to you if you are put on hold or if you are waiting for the chat, which may take like a couple of minutes, but that's max. Right, so that's why I still stick with them, even though their commission structure is a little higher. So let's go through that. Now it's $9.99 per trade. However, if you go beyond 150 trades in a quarter, which is 3 months, then they will bring it down to $7 for you. All right, so there is a little bit of savings there, but this is typically not recommended for someone who's looking to do a lot of day trades, meaning like 10 trades in a day or 10 or beyond. I wouldn't recommend it because it is going to eat away at your gains just from all the commissions. All right, so be careful on that. Now they have free market data, they have real-time trading, and you do get paper trading. Now, paper trading, something I always recommend because you do want to practice before you go and start using your real money. Now, the one issue I will say with their paper trading is the fact that it is delayed. All right, so their paper trading is delayed by a few minutes. So what I normally did was, because I opened up an account, I would have the real-time data, so my actual account open, and I'd be looking at the charts. Then on my phone, I would have the paper trading open. So once again, that's another thing. You do get both your desktop version and you get a mobile app. So what I would do is I would use the desktop version on my live account, paper trading on my phone, and then I can lock in my trades on time. I'd be buying limit orders because you can't do, well, you can do a market order, but I still prefer to do a limit orders just so I can actually see how efficient or how much better I'm getting at trading, right? So definitely love that. So I'd recommend TOS or Thinkorswim for anybody, whether you're a newbie, whether you're advanced. One thing they have been known for is having one of the best platforms when it comes to charting, which I think I've gone over in a previous video, but we can also get into that later on in another video. So yeah, TOS, definitely recommend it. All right, so the next one on the list is Tradingview. Now, Tradingview is among one of the newer, but apparently it's one of the best trading platforms out there. However, even though there is a lot of features that it offers, it comes with a price tag. So this one I definitely recommend for anyone, really. If you're a newbie and you really want to be able to learn about something, Tradingview has options for beginners. Tradingview has options for very, very well experienced traders, but it does come at a price. Now, with Tradingview, it has one of the largest online social networks. Now, this is great because you have a platform that you can actually be using, but you can also communicate with other traders all over the world, and you guys can kind of bounce information or ideas off of each other. It can be a good thing. It can also be noise, just depends on how you take it. But then again, Thinkorswim has it. I've never used it because I'd rather just trade based on my own opinions. They have flexible stock scanners, so pretty much like one of the scanners that I showed you in a previous video for Thinkorswim. Tradingview also offers that. Now, there is a free trial and paid subscriptions. So based on the type of features you want to use, there's going to be different price points, right? And we'll get into the price points in just a second. Now, it is extremely user-friendly, all right? So I'd rank Tradingview with Thinkorswim in terms of user-friendliness. There's a lot of information online too if you want to actually learn how to use it. I know Thinkorswim offers a lot of videos, customer support. Tradingview does the same. Now, along with Tradingview, when you're on the charts, you do get a lot of updates in terms of news feed, but it comes at additional costs. Time trades or real-time data, it's an additional fee, which is not much. It's $2 per month. However, that does add up. So in a year, you're looking at $24 additional that's being spent. If you do not take the real-time quotes, then you're looking at missing out on a lot of opportunities, right? Like I said before, a second, a stock can drop. A second, the stock can rip. But if you hear about it ripping, or if you see it ripping and you have delayed quotes, you may try to get in, and by the time you get in, you might have just bought in at the peak, and it could have a pullback, and you're going to be stuck with that. Now, in terms of the fees, all right, let's go over some of the packages that they offer. Now, they have their basic. Basic is free. Then they have their pro. Now, their pro runs from $155 per month. Then you've got Pro Plus, which is $2.99 per month. Then you finally have $5.99, for for premium, which is insane. That's a very expensive fee to pay for trading. Now you have other options. What I would recommend is definitely go through the description below. I'm going to put links for all their websites. I'm also going to give links for a lot of the reviews, so you can kind of look at them, gauge how you feel, which one would be the best option for you when it comes down to trading. Now, there's a lot of other platforms that you could choose from, like BMO, CIBC, RBC, Scotia Itrade, TD Direct Investment. There's also Cobra Zero. Now, Cobra Zero is great for anybody that wants to do shorts or mainly focus on shorts. Shorting companies, meaning you think something's going to go down, so you bet against the company, and then the stock drops and you make your money. But we can get into shorting in another video. Go down, so you bet against the company, and then the stock drops and you make your money. But we can get into shorting in another video. All right, but this one, I just wanted to touch base on the most popular trading platforms that are out there. So those would be the ones. Like I said, my recommendation is definitely going for something that does give you both a desktop version, does give you a mobile version, does offer a paper trading platform so you can get a practice run before you actually decide to start using your own money to start trading. So you can see where you're at, you can get your learn on, and then once you're comfortable and you see some gains, then you can go ahead and start investing with your real money. All right, so take a look at those, see which one works out best for you, and then I will see you in the next one.